Welcome back to part 2 of resume writing FAQs. My goal here is to share how the resume writing rules have changed this year and to help you get more eyes on your resume and more interviews scheduled in your life. If you missed part 1, I highly recommend it. I cover 7 other questions there. So let's get started with number 8. How do I write about promotions or multiple roles at the same company on my resume? This question actually surprised me, so I'm glad it was asked, because if one person has the question, I'm sure multiple people do. So in short, you definitely want to highlight the promotions or movement within a company. You have a few different options on how to do this. Here's one way. Say you're an account manager and you got promoted to senior account manager. For the most part, the job is really similar, didn't change drastically. Maybe you receive more accounts or a bigger territory, or it includes training some people. No matter what that is, you can simply combine those jobs if you'd like, just to save space on the resume, do some redundancies. And then the first bullet under senior account manager should say promoted from account manager, and then the dates in parentheses right next to that. And then the bullets under there really should highlight all you're doing as the senior account manager, the max of everything, the most accounts you have, and so forth. And then any other key bullets or key accomplishments that you had as an account manager as well. But that way it's all in one space and you don't have too much redundancies. Now, say you held multiple jobs at a company that were all very different from each other. You definitely want to keep them separate, but you want to include the company at the top and then the different job titles that you had and the years that you were in each role. If you want, you can even highlight the progression that you made in your career. You can include tap to join the analyst team after 1 year due to outstanding performance, or something like that, to show that you were selected to join this other team. Maybe it wasn't a promotion or anything, but you can simply move it there, and that shows some of the growth and tells more of a story about your career and your time at that organization. It also shows loyalty too, which isn't talked about much these days, but being able to do a couple different jobs at one company really shows the relationships you've made. It shows a lot more about your growth and loyalty at that organization, which is still a very positive attribute. Number 9, should I include freelance, side hustles, or internships in my resume? Yes, 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 absolutely. If it's relevant to your target role in any way and demonstrates some valuable skills that you have and strengths that you have, definitely add it. Even if it shows that you have an entrepreneurial, I can never say that word, entrepreneurial spirit, include that too. Maybe you had a side business or you did something with your spouse. I've seen a lot of these. I've worked with people who had like a social media marketing business on the side. I've had one woman that worked with her husband and they had a food truck business on the side. I don't really know how they worked and did that as well, but there are so many different ways that you can include that on your resume. And having that entrepreneurial background, it shows a different kind of business acumen that you have that people who don't have a side business can really understand. You want to put these in their own section, whether that's freelance work, consulting, or again, entrepreneurial spirit, anything like that. You want to highlight those accomplishments that you achieved like you would for any of the other full-time roles that you've had. And these often generate those side conversations in an interview. And I cannot stress enough how those side conversations can really help you stand out and go a long way in an interview. Okay, in my opinion, yeah, you can have a personal interest bullet or a personal interest section or your volunteer experience section. Say you hiked Mount Everest. Say you run marathons frequently each year, or you do hackathons if you're in IT and you're coding, or maybe you wrote a children's book. Anything like that, include it. It says a lot about you outside of your resume and says a lot about you as a person instead of a professional. It shows drive, it shows personal skill development, and just bettering yourself, which are all very valuable qualities to have as a person. And no matter what the volunteering is, it's okay to include that too. Say you volunteer each year at a food bank with your family. Say you hand out water at a charity run every summer. Maybe you volunteer at the Humane Society or you foster dogs on the side. So think about it. All of these volunteer activities, do you ever see anybody unhappy at any of these volunteer activities? It's rare. So it says a lot about you as a person, shows you have a big heart. We're all very busy people these days. Life in general is just very busy. People don't have a lot of time for things on the side. So if you still find that time to volunteer, it shows you have a big heart and companies really value that. And P.S., no, I'm not saying that you don't have a big heart if you don't do these volunteer activities. I'm just trying to say, you know what I'm trying to say. Number 11, do I need a skills section and how detailed should that be? I'd had some technical difficulties in that video, so I'm adding on to question number 11 here. So should you have a skills section? Yes. How detailed should it be? So it helps to have a skills section, even though the section has been around forever. It's even more important now because of AI. So if you have the right key skills or keywords and skills in your resume, that can help you get ranked higher in the job folder for the job that you're applying for. Don't overdo it. 8 to 12, 13-ish skills is absolutely fine. And you want to be tailored to the job that you're applying for. So the reason this is important is because not only can it help your ranking in the job folder, but it also helps for when you apply to a job, you're in that company's database or ATS long term. So say that job gets filled internally or gets canceled. When a job reopens or a similar job gets posted, a recruiter can go to the ATS and search for different keywords in that industry to try to find you that way. So even if you're in IT, sometimes it helps to have a separate tech stack section as well, especially if you're in like coding and you have different platforms that you use or whatever that is. Just keep it really relevant to your industry. So what not to do is include a bunch of skills and keywords in your resume in white font. First of all, some ATSs can't even read that, and it's not doing you any favors, because if a recruiter finds you and it's in white font, they know that it's a lie anyways. I recommend highly avoiding that. Don't use any skills that you can't speak to or aren't accurate to your actual knowledge and experience. And lastly, try not to use any outdated traits or skills like hardworking, team player. Recruiters just aren't searching for that anymore, so it's a waste of space on your resume. I hope that's helpful. Number 12, should I include links to my LinkedIn profile, portfolio, or personal website? Yeah, absolutely. Recruiters expect that nowadays. So make sure your LinkedIn URL is linked to your resume, and make sure your profile is consistent with your resume. It should mirror as much of your resume as possible. And then if you're in a creative field or tech role, having a portfolio linked or your personal website is essential as well. And you can include all of that at the top of your resume with your phone number and email and all of that other contact information that you have. Question number 13, do recruiters expect to see AI-related achievements and usage on resumes now? The answer is yes, especially in industries where AI is becoming a core tool. So employers want to see how you're adapting to it and how you're using it for efficiency. You want to frame AI as much as possible around that efficiency, productivity, innovation, because all of those things lead to speed and cost savings. So maybe you're a recruiter and you use AI for interviewing analysis or resume reviewing. Maybe you're in email marketing and you use it as another way to enhance your A/B testing for emails, email opening based on the subject, all of those testing things. So be specific in how you use it and definitely include it in your resume. I've actually heard people say how they feel ChatGPT is like their best friend. Don't use it, don't say it in that way, or like an assistant, not that. You want to use it, like I said, around efficiency, productivity, innovation, and things like that, not your BFF. All right, questions 14 and 15 I'm combining because they're very similar. What do you think recruiters notice first on a resume, results, skills, or growth? And how do I stand out when every resume looks the same? Again, very good questions. If you're using ChatGPT or another AI platform to write your resume, yes, your resume will sound like everybody else's out there. You do not want to use it for that. Now, if you need help explaining a bullet or combining 2 bullets into one, sure, a bullet here and there is fine, but don't have it write your whole summary and every bullet that you've had, because again, you will start to sound like every other candidate out there who are searching for the same types of jobs as you. As far as what recruiters look for, remember, the job searching process is broken. The recruiter who sees your resume first most likely has never been in your shoes or done your job before. And that's why numbers and results and data and all of that help them understand that you're good at your job or not. And also the growth, like promotions and moving up and around at the same organization, it helps tell your whole career story, which is also a great tool and what recruiters look for. They want to read your resume like a story. And then, like I said earlier, as far as the skills help AI and help your ranking in the job folder. It helps recruiters to land on your LinkedIn page and also find your resume within their ATS. So in short, you want to use those powerful verbs, like I mentioned earlier, and quantify your wins as much as you can, and then tailor your resume for every application. And I know everybody is saying that today, but it's so important to do it to help you in today's world and with the ATS and AI today. Bottom line, you still want to find your own unique value and your own unique strengths that you want to highlight in your resume and include that in your story in your resume. You have unique skills that you tend to overlook. Everybody does. My clients do this all the time. People tend to overlook what skills come natural to them because they come easy to them. So you assume that they come easy to everybody else, but they don't. So you need to find your unique value that you bring to every organization and make sure that that's highlighted in your resume so that helps you stand out from other candidates in the same job folder. Okay, so that was the end of part 2. Let me know what questions I missed about resume writing. Comment below with those. I'd be happy to make a part 3 if needed. Comment Brewers below. Again, if you're a fan, I'd be happy to meet you. And then share in the comments anything else that I may have missed or anything else that you recommend so we can learn from each other as well. So if you like this video, please like the video and I'll see you in the next one.